Guys, I'm just going to bring this up and I'm going to make this short. I'm not going to ramble. Why is it that all these ones on the top are all stories written by anybody but Bungie, okay? These are all non Bungie stories at the top. Why do none of them have any coherency? Why do none of them make any sense? I mean, Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2 are the only consistent stories that are non Bungie, kinda. I mean, you have Captain Cutter, you have the ship, you have the red team, you know. I mean, so you have, that's consistent. That's the only, like, if you play this and you beat this, knowing the ship's adrift to space, hate to spoil the ending for an old game, but then you play that and it picks up, it just, picks it up in a weird place. But the gist of the story is kind of faithful to embellishment's vision. Because, like, there's even an achievement in that called Ready for the Sequel. So, but Infinite makes no sense. 5 makes no sense. 4 makes no sense. Nightfall is just, they just wanted to save on their special effects budget, so they just made a simple, more or less, walking through crap fake world movie or a coal mine or wherever the heck it's shot. The way it looks like it was shot in a coal mine, all the black dirt and dark colors. And then Forward of the Dawn has nothing to do with Master Chief, more or less. It has something to do with a guy he saved at one point, and they're supposedly friends when you've never even heard of this guy before. Heck, same thing with like playing basically anything to do with Blue Team. There is no Blue Team, Red Team, or any kind of team other than these guys and these guys. That's the only teams in Bungie's story. You start with Chief, and then with Chief. Someone explain to me, how do these writers take over these franchises that have established canon and then make a bunch of incoherent crap that makes no sense? And why doesn't Steve Downes and Jen Taylor, I guess they have contracts or whatever, but why do they put up with this slop? The same reason the Star Wars guys put up with it. Same reason Mark Hamill butchered his own character, his own famous role, the role that made him, what he is, because they offered him enough money. I don't know. I do like the fact that Star Trek community stood up to slop. And that's all I can really say, is the Star Trek community told them that Star Trek Academy is slop, that we don't like it. They didn't really like Destiny that much. I mean, not Destiny, Discovery that much. I haven't seen any Discovery, but I have seen the first few minutes of Picard. And Picard kind of reminds me of the Star Trek Next Generation movies where the characters aren't acting like themselves. I mean, it's like, and like the only modern Star Trek thing I've watched that I like was the Prodigy series. And I used to have a disc of Lower Deck, but it broke or something. And quit reading, so I just threw it out. But I did not like Lower Decks at all. I mean, that's it. That's my Star Trek thing is like the only modern one I've seen that I liked was Prodigy. I thought Prodigy was cool that a bunch of aliens find a lost Federation ship and make it their home. I thought that was kind of cool to have, see the Federation's technology and equipment through alien eyes instead of aliens that already knew Starfleet existed. And then the second season, they made it all about Janeway being back in the story, which was really aggravating. But in a way, it kind of gave closure for those characters, because like the end of the actual series didn't have much closure. I mean, they supposedly beamed them all home or something, and there's a Voyager 2 in it or whatever they call it, Voyager A. But I mean, yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like about it when they brought in the second season, and basically just made it. Oh, the Voyager characters are now part of the story, along with some weird version of Wesley Crusher and Doctor Crusher being involved, where Wesley Crusher's like magic or something, and he's some kind of dimension hopper, and I don't know. It just kind of like hit up on that, and in the Next Generation, he was gonna have some kind of magical powers. I don't know. I just don't see how a human guy could have magical powers. And I don't know. But like I said, they got telepaths and other, magic crap, I guess. And it's like, we have this other weird magic crap. Let's make this regular human-born, person have dimension jumping powers, which I thought was the dumbest thing I ever seen in Star Trek. Wesley Crusher's magic. I mean, maybe if they could have had something like maybe the fact his father wasn't like 100% human or something. Or maybe that might have explained the magic, but they never explained it. They decided just to make him magic in Prodigy. And the fact that supposedly why he was magic galaxy hopping Dr. Crusher wouldn't have had another kid, wouldn't have had another son somehow. Wouldn't she be like 50 or 60 if he's 20 or 30 something? Would she be there in age? I don't know. I guess maybe in the future they have a way to. Well, I know even in modern times they have a way to restart that stuff on a woman. I remember seeing a documentary on it somehow. That there was an older woman who was in her 50s or 60s. Somehow they did it for her to be a surrogate for some younger couple. I don't know how they did. I know there was some way they could restart this 50 or 60-year-old woman's reproductive system somehow. I don't know how they did it, but they did. And she was able to carry a baby again. So maybe they used we have that tech now, so I guess that's where they got the idea for, Dr. Crusher having a newborn baby, I guess. I wonder if the father's Captain Picard.